So here's a novel idea. How about we actually do a blind box blitz with no Transformers in it whatsoever? I know, just a crazy hunch. I figured we could just try it out once just to see how it works out. And, then later on we'll just open up a ton of Creon bags all at once and see what falls out. But for today, yeah, we're going to keep it off topic. So Toy Sember's Transformer-based thing today can actually stand on its own and do something a little bit different. And I'm going to start with a Ninja Turtle collector keyring. Now, when I first saw this was in Chance's box, who I opened up a few things from on the last blind box blitz. And when I saw this, I thought, oh, he sent me one of the action vinyls. Oh my god, I want one. No, this is way smaller. Yeah, it's just a collector's keyring thing. Cute little chibi style. What I like, though, is this seems to go all for classic Ninja Turtles in the cartoon sense, I should say, rather than the Mirage comics. Now, if we look on the back, we get the assortment. All the turtles, of course, and looks like they all have the same thing going on. Different weapons, but same skin color and everything, so very cartoon-like. April, looking cartoon accurate. Shredder, he actually has a shirt, so it's based on the show, not the toy. Splinter, Krang, Foot Soldier. And then we have two extras, and the exclusive B, gee, I wonder what that is. Oh, I can't imagine. The other one seems to be a repainted April, but I have no idea what it would be repainted into, outside of maybe her later season appearances and, like, the bomber jacket thing she had going on. I don't know. But it seems to be based on classic turtles, so it can't really go too wrong here. I'm not really, I don't think any of these are really a downside for me. I kind of would want any of them, but, yeah, if there's a little mouser in here, I'd be absolutely thrilled. Alright, so, see ya! Hey! And not a bad one to get as the only one I'm actually going to be owning, most likely. We have a little Leonardo. He's done up very cutely with his swords crossed against his chest. It's a kind of strange. I did not expect the swords to actually be molded into his body. I guess that's the easy way to do it. That makes sure that, it's just a one-piece thing to mold and throw in a blind bag. Blind box in this case. But it does look a little bit strange. He's nicely painted all the way around. All the bands around his elbows and knees are done up correctly. You have the shell that's painted, as well as the belt all the way across the back. Everything looks, very cartoon accurate in colors. A little L on the chest. God, it's so distracting. It's so distracting seeing those bent swords across his chest. It's very rubbery. Very soft, very soft. So, yeah, I can imagine taking a little bit of wear and tear from banging around in somebody's purse or pocket. So at least there's that. It's yeah, a little bit heavy. So I don't know if you got a faulty ignitions thing. Don't don't keep it on your key for too long. But that's not a bad little thing. Can it stand? Can it stand on its own? No, not really. Okay, this is gonna find some keyring to go on at some point, just to, I don't know, just to make it a little bit more retro. But yeah, Leonardo is probably the one you get, just for the sake of having only one. He is the leader, after all. So, what else do we have that you've already seen in the thumbnail for this video? How about a Legend of Zelda blind bag? This threw me off. I had no idea Legend of Zelda even had blind bags, and this is particularly weird because I found it at Walmart. Typically these are collector's store things or online exclusive. I would not have expected to find one of these at a normal retail shop. So that was actually quite a nice surprise. It's all Legend of Zelda, but does seem to have its biases. We have some younger forms of Link and Zelda from Ocarina of Time. We have their more current looks from Skyward Sword. And then we have Wind Waker. Probably Wind Waker HD, I would imagine. These seem noticeably smaller, but when you look, you can actually tell they have some added little bits and bobs just to make up for their lack of size. So that's a nice little thing to have. I don't think there's really a fail here either. I guess Zelda from Skyward is a little bit dull. I don't know. But I still need to finish Skyward now that I think of it. I don't know, like, I think Tetra's a pretty nice standout here. There's not much Tetra merchandise, so I wouldn't mind it being her. But yeah, I think the only downside for me would be the Wind Waker Link, just because I have the Nendoroid, which means I really don't need to have another one. I kind of have a Skyward Sword Link too, now that I think of it. So yeah, we're going for something original here. Let's hope for a little bit of Zelda, regardless of appearance. All right, open. What do we get? Oh, hey! Actually, did get Tetra. That's a nice little surprise. Though I can already tell something's a little bit off here. Alright, so what do we have inside here before we actually dig her out? We have a little collector's sheet. Collect them all. It's the exact same pictures we saw on the back of the bag, so it's not a whole lot, really. Alright, let's get her out. So, right off the bat, one of the things that's actually kind of got me in this, I'm very uncomfortable with how I have to peg her in. Because it's, hang on. Because that's, okay, aside from the fact that it's all painted over and makes it very hard to actually get in, it's right between her legs, which is not the best place I want to be shoving something right now. Oh, geez. Oh. There we go. Sorry, that was a little stuck. What do I do with a piece of heart? Like, I got a heart container with it. There's no little peg hole on it. There's nowhere for it to go. Okay, so on the bag, it just kind of stands there. It looks like it actually would have pegged in. Or is it just leaning up against her leg on the picture? Oh man, that's really the best it does. Okay, so little accessory piece just kind of floats there and doesn't have anything to do. Tetra herself, well, the sculpting isn't too terrible. I can make out her mouth and all that, but some of the details are a little bit flat. The paint on this is not good. No, you can see oversprays on a lot of stuff. Her eyes don't look quite painted in right. And then there's the whole, her hair is bright, vibrant green. Man, look at the overspray on her satchel there. That is not good. Oof. Look at this. The sticker for the logo isn't even on straight. Crying out loud. Like, this is like a huge video game series. Like, you would expect that their like blind box merch to be a little bit higher quality than this. Maybe that's why it was sold at Walmart, just because it's, I don't know, that much cheaper and easier to produce. That's somewhat disappointing. Man, that's not great. At least get the hair right. I don't know why it's like neon green. That's really bizarre. Man, okay, so I did get the one I wanted, but it turns out the quality on these, not great. So this is not going to be one that I recommend. Okay, so we got one thing that's decently made, one thing that's pretty rubbish. Well, let's finish it off with something a little bit familiar, because I do love my Mega Man. These were in a specialty shop. This is one of the things that came home with me from the Epic Road Trip. Video still to come. There's a lot of footage to edit from that place. So we have Mega Man in this lovely little blind box with the logos and everything. This is the Kid Robot series, so we're also doing an episode with nothing from Funko. That's awesome too. Let's look on the side. We have, of course, repaints of Mega Man. I believe that's the Hyper Bomb coloration. Roll, Light, Iceman, Gutsman, Elec-Man. And we have another repaint of Mega Man. Weapon I don't recognize. Actually, that kind of reminds me of the Quick Boomerang, but that'd be the only Mega Man 2 thing on this entire box. Okay, that would be weird. We have Cutman, Fireman, Bombman, the Yellow Devil, Wowie, And the Yellow Devil's marked Question of Questions, so he's probably rare. And then another chase figure up here, which looks like a helmetless Mega Man. So there's actually quite a bit here. I would have expected, it would have been so easy for them to just bulk this out with a whole bunch of just random Mega Man repaints and just call it different weapons. So I'm kind of glad they actually went the extra mile and did all the original Robot Masters. This is kind of dooming me because no matter what I get in this box, I'm going to want more of them. Especially if it's like if I get a Wily, that's really cool just to have a Dr. Wily. And if I get a Robot Master, I'm going to want all 6, which is going to be real trouble for me. But yeah, I think there really is no fail on here outside of I'd really prefer the blue Mega Man over the green and the pink one. All right, moment of truth time. Cut it open. Let's see what is actually in here. Oh, yeah, it's in a little foil bag. Just because solid cardboard isn't enough to deter you from seeing through it. What if you're Superman and you could actually see through it? We have to have something that's a little bit lead-lined. Oh dear. And downward spiral begins. We have a fireman. Yep, I'm going to be after 5 more of these now, aren't I? Okay, so pretty solid vinyl here. Very solid, very well constructed. It's not a single piece molding. There is actual multiple components to this. I can tell the arms were molded separately. The head was molded separately, all glued on in place. And the paint looks pretty good on him. There's no fade in the edges. There's no real overspray, I can tell. Yeah, all things considered, pretty flippin' good. I like the flame hair here, too. It could use a little bit more definition, but hey, it's a little chibi. What do you want? So that works out for me. Nice bright blue eyes, skin tone there. Yep, a little paint on the Kid Robot, Capcom. Very nice. I'm actually quite happy with that. That's pretty well built and pretty well made. I am quite happy, and I need to go dig up 5 more. Or maybe I don't. We're gonna try one more time, because it's Mega Man, so of course I bought more than one. Alright. Opening up, let's see. Foil bag, of course. It'd be suck if I actually got just 2 Fireman. That would be ridiculous. See, open it up. Here we go. We have Mega Man done up in green. Ooh. Actually, hang on. I didn't even think that. Oh. I didn't even think to check if there's articulation on these things. Ooh. Oh, he's got double blasters. Ooh, he can set everything on fire around him. That's cool. Okay, so we have a level of articulation, shoulders, and neck rotation. That's really, really good. I didn't expect that. So here we have Mega Man in the Hyper Bomb green color scheme. So yeah, I would have preferred a blue Mega Man, but hey, I'm a fan of green. Green is my favorite color, so I am perfectly accepting this Mega Man. These guys look a little dumpy. Which kind of goes in with Mega Man's older artwork style, so I'm not going to give it too hard of a time. It's a little bit sloppier than Fireman. I can see some rough edges around the paint here, around some of the details of the shoulder, around the face of the edge, but it's still not terrible. I think Tetra was still kind of done worse, but easy on that one because of the small size of the molding. Everything else seems perfectly fine. I mean, it's a pretty standard body, and I believe they have like the same body in general. Yeah, so they're using the same body all around on these guys. So and it's just painted in rather than molding details of arms and legs. I like that they went the extra mile on Fireman to make his arm cannon hands. Mega Man looks nice. Like, you know, the expression is nice and neutral. They're not trying to give him some big action face that doesn't suit him, and he looks quite good. I'm very happy with how these things came out. And again, these are pretty solid little things. So I'm also happy with the build construction. It doesn't feel like anything's falling apart on me either. Well, these came out quite good. I will probably be in the market for the rest of these, especially the rest of the Robot Masters. I kind of I kind of have a feeling I'm going to want all 6 lining around on my desk, because that sounds kind of cool. So I think this has been a rather successful version of Blind Box Blitz. I've had a good run. The Gamera one with Matt went about as perfectly as it possibly could. The last one was okay, but this one, whew. So these are definite wins. I really like how well they're made. This is a win. I do like the cute little style. It's a little bit weird seeing the bent swords, but other than that, I think that could survive pretty well in your car. We did get the Tetra I wanted, so I've got a little bit of Tetra, but I also have a little bit of paint touching up to do. Okay, yeah, I just went and double checked just to make sure I wasn't losing my mind. Yeah, she is completely blonde. She is completely blonde. I have no idea, because that's blonde. This is Raver Green, so that's a shame. So Tetra gets a little bit of US merchandise, and it sucks, frankly. So we're gonna stick with the Kid Robots and try not to buy any blind bags from Walmart that obviously came across on the cheaper side of things.